Hi everyone, Pat Settle with HVT coming to you with a product review, our first product review. Today we'll be reviewing and running the newest rendition in Lionel, the NS ET44AC by Lionel with Legacy Rail Sounds. Before we dive into Lionel's rendition of the ET44AC, here's a little bit of a history on the Evolution series of locomotives produced by General Electric. The Evolution series was first developed by General Electric around 2003 with the pre-production ES44DC class. The ES44DC was actually the predecessor of the C44-9W. Then later on in 2008, the ES44AC was developed, and those two locomotives were popular among the railroads. When the Tier 4 emissions rating was mandated by the government around 2014-2015, the ET44AC was developed. It is an improved version of the -9W, but you see some of the details from various locomotives, including like the AC6000, AC4400CW, which are other GE locomotives, and also the -9Ws. This is a very handsome model that Lionel has produced, and we are excited to run this in our collection. So just a brief history on the ET44AC really quick. As I said, developed in 2015 and is still in production today and has been bought by just about every single Class 1 railroad, including Norfolk Southern, CSX, Union Pacific, Burlington Northern Santa Fe, Canadian Pacific Kansas City, and Canadian National. So you do see quite a number of these Tier 4 locomotives hauling coal, intermodal, grain, etc. They're very popular among the railroads, and it's a very popular GE locomotive in this day and age. So now we've talked a little bit of history on the ET44AC and the Evolution series itself. Let's talk about Lionel's rendition of this handsome model. As you can see, the detail is very, very immaculate. We're going to start from the cab and work our way back. And as you can see, the holes in the safety step are drainage, and it has the flexible pilot here, which is a nice touch. Safety trail on the walkway, a nice chain that's been put on. We also have two crew painted figures in the inside with a very nicely detailed cab. And I'm going to zoom in to let you look at this. The control stand's right there in the back, as well as the control stand in the middle as well. So there's a lot of good things going on in there. Two crew painted figures, the PTC antennas on top, as you can see there as well. The battery box is nicely done. The font is nicely done as well. And if we look closer to the locomotive, you see the MU hoses as well as the brake hoses. There's two, the electrical hoses there. The F has been designated as the front, so this is the forward position. So, and we even look at the grab irons on the front of the locomotive and the sand fills. Both of those look really, really nice. And as we scan across the side of the locomotive, a lot of things going on with this locomotive. A lot of things. Lots of placards and signs all over the side of the cab and also on the side of the locomotive. We have some separately painted items on the fuel tank, which is really nicely done. And as you can see, there are two air tanks on a General Electric locomotive compared to an EMD. The two air tanks on a GE just simply means one is for the horn and the bell, and the other one is for the brake system. That was a design that General Electric has been using for quite some time now. So that's always a nice touch to see road-specific details. Metal handrails down the side of the locomotive, safety tread all outside the locomotive. And if we move to the other side, the trucks are nicely done, and also the rear end is nicely done, and I'll be able to shift to show you the back side. Lots of separately applied details, and I love this about Lionel, that they put in separately applied details all around the truck frames, and they actually go back to the builder's information on a specific locomotive to actually match road number specifics. So this is fantastic. And I love the fact that Lionel is stepping up their game and doing more road-specific details. As we come back to the rear of the locomotive, we have the rear ditch lights on the back, and they do flash when the locomotive is moving in reverse, as well as the forward lights on the front. We have the electrical hoses, the brake hose, and the MU hoses all down on the pilot. And even the spare coupler that you see here is very nicely done. And the movable pilot right there, which is always a nice touch. Even the big O-gauge coupler as well. Even the top of the locomotive has lots of signage up there, and the K5LH horn K5HL horn is on top as well. It does have a smoke unit. You just pour smoke fluid directly down the smokestack. Now we come to the top of the locomotive for a second. As you see, the magnetic cover comes right off, and you can see that there is a couple of different switches. You have the run program switch. You also have the Bluetooth switch in the middle to make sure that's on, and also the unit for the smoke unit. You make sure your unit is turned on to allow the smoke to come out. It is a fan-driven smoke unit, and if you're using the Lion Chief app on your smartphone, you can control the smoke to go on and off, but the switch must be on in order for that to be activated. As we get a closer look of the top of the locomotive, a lot of things still going on. Plaquage all over the top, the horn that's been put on, and even some molded in details that look really, really nice, which I absolutely fall in love with this, and also the PTC antennas, just to give you a better look. When it comes time to running this locomotive, you have a few different ways to do it. You can run it with your Lionel legacy system, which is your Cab 2 remote. And you can also run this with the Lion Chief app on your smartphone, which you have access to some of the legacy features, and you can run that all through your smartphone or tablet. And of course, you can also run this engine conventionally with just a transformer and some track. Here's another look at the front of the locomotive. Like I said, it is nicely done. A couple things I'm going to point out: the separately applied grab irons right here on the nose of the cab, as well as the grab irons up here on top of the nose. And this is all road name specifics, and I really like this about Lionel because they go back to the blueprints and they look at how the locomotive was built. Like I said, the interior of the cab looks really nice with the control stand all inside, and even separately applied windshield wipers on the windshield. That's always a nice touch. And the good thing about this engine, it's rugged and it will pull just about anything. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do before we crank this thing up and take it for a spin is BFOTE, best feature of the engine. It's really, really hard to make a really good decision here, but there's a few things that I like about it. Obviously, the paint job is really crisp, but one thing that really stands out are road name specifics, and the sounds are absolutely phenomenal. The crew talk is a lot better, which always adds a plus. And the best thing about it is Lionel has really come a long way over the last several years to improve the crew talk and the sounds, and actually getting the most enjoyment out of an engine like this for many generations. So BFOTE for this time around would be the road name specifics and also the improved sounds. All right, everyone, we're actually here at our control stand where I'm able to use the track and leaks let prop up on the track. I'm going to fire this thing up and let you listen to the sounds of this locomotive. It is literally exact to an ET44AC. I have been a rail fan myself, and I've heard a lot of different engines over the course of the last 25 or so years. But I will tell you, the sounds are absolutely phenomenal. So let me let you hear this for a couple of moments. Love hearing that classic GE idle. Anyway, let's give a listen to the horn. And the bell. There is some crew talk that I will play here in just a little bit when we get it on the track and let it run around the layout for a few minutes. All right, everyone, we are on the layout right now. I got 3606 ready to go. I have put some smoke fluid in there, and I'm going to run this in conventional mode. I'm going to let y'all listen to a little bit of the crew talk.
Engine to tower. We're all made up. Am I clear outbound? Over. Please stand by. Tower out.
Gotta love those crew talk sounds.
Locomotive dispatcher. We're all coupled up. Are we clear to the main line? Over. You're cleared outbound. Engine to dispatcher. We're coming in hot and we're going to throw out the anchor. Over. Yep, all clear. You're clear into the yard. Dispatch out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up for this review. I hope you all enjoy. In our next review, we will be reviewing the NS-1069, the Virginia Heritage Unit on the Magic Mountain. We'll go through a full review of that. I hope you all have enjoyed the review of 3606. Please come and see them in action on our layout here in Corley. We'd love to have you up here. And until next time, this is Pat with HVT signing out.